Call a meeting to order for Thursday, September 5th. Roll call, please.
Mr. Martin?
Here.
Mr. Spence?
Here.
Dr. Ross?
Here.
Administrator?
Present.
Mayor?
Here.
Solicitor?
Present.
Fiscal Officer present, Mr. Merriman?
Here.
Mr. Mattern?
Here.
Mr. Dakenkald?
Here.
Everyone please stand for a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You have the minutes before you from our last meeting of August 1st, 2019. Motion be in order to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dakenkald?
Yay.
Thank you. Motion passes. Is there anyone who'd like to speak before council tonight? I missed you.
Oh, man, that's,
All right, we'll move on. Reading of ordinances and or resolutions.
Put your seatbelts on.
Yeah, there's a lot.
All right. Resolution 2019-10 is a resolution authorizing Mayor Bob Gale to prepare and submit an application to participate in the Ohio Public Works State Capital Improvements and/or local transportation improvement programs and execute contracts as required. Third read.
Motion be in order to approve resolution 2019-010.
so moved.
Second.
Roll call vote. Any comments, any questions, sorry? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dakenkald?
Yay.
Resolution 2019-11, a resolution authorizing Bob Gale, Mayor, to prepare and submit an application to participate in the Ohio Public Works Commission State Capital Improvements and/or local transportation improvements and execute contracts as required. Third read.
Motion to approve resolution 2019-11.
So move. Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dakenkald?
Yay.
Resolution 2019-12, a resolution authorizing Bob Gale, Mayor, to prepare and submit an application to participate in the Ohio Public Works Commission, state capital improvements and/or local transportation improvement programs, and execute contracts as required. That's for Sunset Hills. Third read.
Motion to approve resolution 2019-12.
So moved. Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dakenkald?
Yay.
Ordinance number 2019-13, an ordinance directing the village clerk to certify delinquent water fees to the Jefferson County Auditor's Office for placement on the real estate tax duplicate as liens and be collected with real estate taxes. That's a third read.
Motion to approve
So moved.
ordinance number 2019-13. Need a second.
Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay. Yay.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dakenkald?
Yay.
Ordinance number 2019-14, an ordinance directing the village clerk to certify delinquent sanitary sewer sanitary sewer fees to the Jefferson County Auditor's Office for placement on the real estate tax duplicate as liens and be collected with the real estate taxes. Third read.
Motion to approve ordinance number 2019-14.
So moved. Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dakenkald?
Yay.
Ordinance number 2019-15 is an ordinance directing the village clerk to certify grass mowing charges to the Jefferson County Auditor's Office for placement on the real estate tax duplicate as liens and to be collected with real estate taxes. Third read.
Motion to approve ordinance number 2019-15.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dakenkald?
Yay.
Okay. Resolution 2019-17 is a resolution accepting the amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the county auditor. That,
It's the second read. We need this tonight,
We need
correct?
this tonight.
Motion to suspend the rules.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions? Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dakenkald?
Yay.
Third read, 2019-17, is a resolution accepting the amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the county auditor.
Motion to approve
So moved.
Resolution 2019-17. Need a
Second.
second. Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dakenkeld?
Yay.
Motion approved. Who all needs to sign this, Denise? I mean, everybody?
No, I just list their names on there.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
you.
Or
Bob,
you need my signature? Oh,
no, Bob and I signed
Okay,
it.
perfect. Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you.
2019-18 is an ordinance approving the amended budget of solid waste management plan of the Jefferson County Belmont Regional Solid Waste Authority. And I don't know.
We need to suspend the rules, please.
Okay.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dakenkeld?
Yay.
Second read, 2019-18, an ordinance approving the amended budget of solid waste management plan of the Jefferson Belmont Regional Solid Waste Authority. Third read, 2019-18, an ordinance approving the amended budget of the solid waste management plan of the Jefferson Belmont Regional Solid Waste Authority.
Motion to approve 2019-18.
So moved. Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dakenkeld?
Yay.
Finally, ordinance number 2019-19 is an ordinance directing the village clerk to certify delinquent sanitation fees to the Jefferson County Auditor's Office for placement on the real estate tax duplicate as liens and be collected with the real estate taxes. That's a second read. I'm assuming we need
Motion
to.
to suspend the
yeah.
rules.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dakenkeld?
Yay.
Third read, ordinance number 2019-19, an ordinance directing the village clerk to certify delinquent sanitation fees to the Jefferson County Auditor's Office for placement on the real estate tax duplicate as liens and be collected with real estate taxes.
Okay, this is the first year of the high revised code based on changes allowed sanitation fees to be added. So that's why you see this added later. And we'll see this forthcoming probably from years to come. Just to remind everybody why we had all of these, you can only put these on taxes in September. So any grass, for example, sanitation fees, water, any of those that are delinquent over a certain period of time, we bring forward in September, and they'll get put on their taxes for the next year, okay? Just so we know, a lot of it probably won't be collected, but we still go through it. So a motion to be in order to approve 2019-19.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dakenkeld?
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I'll check it out.
Well, we had that one back to her.
Yeah. Oh,
Give it back, give it to Denise. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, reports, announcements, communications. Unfortunately, I had to miss the last meeting. I thank Mr. Merriman for taking care of everything while in my absence. I didn't have the privilege to be here for Dr. Ross. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. I think you do a great job, and appreciate you volunteering and helping out.
I
Really
appreciate you,
it.
definitely.
You have the magistrate or police report in front of you for the month of August. You have a total of $8,017.32 received. The village received $6,335.48. The state $1,244, and other revenue went out to $437.84. You have the police report for the month of July. 177 complaints, 300 incoming calls, 17 accidents, 19 cases, 17 alarms, 15 juvenile, 32 arrests. Other arrests, 2, parking violations, 2, vehicle impounds, 5, out-of-town assistance, 10, auxiliary hours, 16. Bear with me a second. The first mayor's court report was for July. I didn't realize we do have August as well here before you. Total received was $8,688.47. The village $6,793.73. State $1,451 and $443. Also went out to other. They're pretty close. Old money collected for 2019. For July, you see that you have $689.86.
Do you have a total on that, Mayor?
And if you look at the next page, you have a total collected of $90,236.73.
Pretty dang on good.
For the year, it's been $11,796. You have the code enforcement report for 4U15 licenses, $750, 14 permits, $390, for a total of $1140. That was for July. August, 14 licenses, 700, 13 permits, $375, for a total of $1,075. Nothing on unfinished business. Anybody have any questions? Seeing none, Administrator.
First item on your packet, our biannual fall hydrant flushing is scheduled from Sunday, October 6th to Friday, the 11th, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., and residents may experience either low pressure and/or discoloration in their water while they're doing the flushing. Second item is we're trying to get we're up and running a new program for the utility department for the water and sewer. We have some uncollected utility amounts, a little over 3,600 going back several years. Some things that have fallen through the cracks, things didn't get onto the tax rolls at time. Now we're looking at these immediately to get them on. But at the request or from the state auditors, they would like us to clear these accounts off the books, and it just needs a motion and a vote from council to do that.
Yeah, these go back, a lot of these to 2010
Yes.
and beyond. Most of these were.
And some of them are sanitation.
Yeah, summer sanitation. They're just not collectible. We're not going to receive the money, and there's no sense in bringing over these old dollars to a new system. So total of $3,623.70 for the auditors. We need authorization to write these off.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dakenkald?
Yay.
We'll skip all the way down since everything else was talked about to number 7.
Whoa. No, 3.
3?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will be.
We talked about this in the finance committee, but not everybody was there, so we didn't talk to the public.
We had in the budget this year for a new packer. We generally look this time of year to make sure the funds are available. We're approximately $12,000 short. I'm going to be out getting some prices together, and when I get the prices, I'll come in and request permission to purchase a new packer. We won't get it till after the first of the year, so we will have the funds available, but probably by the first meeting in October, I'll have prices together.
Again, we talked about this in last year's budget process, that we would come back here in the fall and see where the funds were, and they're basically where we anticipated them to be. So we'll get some prices and have a discussion on purchasing it. Okay? What's this 10, 11, and 12? What are these?
That's what we just passed. That was just for me to make sure. Those are my issue 2
Okay.
projects.
You're okay, okay.
Yes, so we're good on those.
Perfect.
As always, I'd like to request $400 for our annual employee safety meeting, basically a luncheon. We've had, with some new employees, we've had some bumps in the road here on driving, on some other issues, some safety issues. So we want to get together, have a little luncheon, and go over some of our policies and safe practices with them. There's been some hard hat issues, some minor accidents, bumping into things with the vehicles, and everybody, I think, needs to slow down a little bit, pay a little more attention. We're going to stress several things, safety in the ditches and other items like that.
I'd ask this to be 500, please.
Okay.
And again, when you have it, invite council. I'd like to have a review of the subject matter we're going to be discussing as well, because I think it's
Okay.
important. I mean, again, accidents happen, but I think we've gotten a little lax. Motion be in order.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions?
When's the meeting?
We haven't scheduled it yet. It'll probably be sometime this month.
Okay. We'll let you know.
After the meeting.
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dakenkald?
Yay.
Thank you.
And then the final item I have, which we discussed down in the finance meeting, was to give promotions to Teddy and Justin as Assistant Sewer Superintendent and Justin as Assistant water superintendent and increase their hourly rate to $17 an hour. We do have funds in the budget to cover that through the end of the year.
Motion be in order to approve.
So moved. Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dakenkop?
Yay.
And that's
That's
all
it.
I have, Mayor.
Thank you. I see nothing on unfinished business?
No.
New business, Mr. Martin.
No new business.
Mr. Spence.
Do we have any word on the paving of the roads, Meadowbrook? I've had a lot of people ask me about that.
We're still waiting. The weather's gotten a little better, but they indicated it would be a stretch. It would be November before they would get to us if the plants are still open then. So I am holding out hope, but it's getting fainter day by day.
This happened a couple years ago, again, where everything got behind and we ended up being first in the spring.
Right.
I have a very high likelihood that's going to be the case, okay? Because once you get too far down into the season and leaves start falling, that's probably the worst time to put asphalt down, okay? So if it's not done in October, we will delay it back to spring, you know, because and they will do it first. That's typically
Yeah.
what happens. So we will know better, probably unfortunately not till 1st of October.
Right.
So,
But Meadowbrook will be the first done.
in the spring. It would be first it would be first on
Now-
their list in the spring to be done, if it's not done in this fall. Again, once you get too late in the season, it's a waste of money to put it down. You know, the road is terrible.
What about Orchard, Locust, and all that? Is that all in the
I'm
same?
having a pre-construction meeting next week. They'll order in pipe, so it'll take 4 to 6 weeks to get the pipe in. The water line will go throughout the winter.
probably
The
not gonna get paved
paving,
till next
again,
year.
won't be done until the spring, but
Yeah.
that's separate from Meadowbrook, and
Yeah.
that'll
Again,
be separate
it's
from our
gonna-
stuff next year. That's that project specific.
It's going to unfortunately gimmick Gumps Lane. Not as bad, okay? But it's going to be tore up in the winter.
Gump Lane?
Last
no,
year,
no.
no, when we did
Like,
Gumps.
we
we
did-
got-
Okay, so we
No, when
did
we
that.
did the Gumps water line,
Yeah, it
that
was through the
street
That's
was
how
a
bad it's gonna be.
nasty street until we got to spring. Unfortunately, this won't be as bad as Gumps was, but it's going to be tore up.
If they
Wanna just wait
got
till they-
What's that?
short,
Why don't you just wait till next year to do it?
Because then you're looking into the fall to get it done instead of spring,
there's over a mile of water line to put in. That won't be done
Okay.
quickly.
which brings up to another point which you and I need to get together about. We have 6 properties over there that are on well water, okay? And we need to meet with those 6. We're going to send letters, and I'll get you a list as well.
Take one off. It's a positive.
Pardon? Well, I'm saying we would like to tap them in at no fee because it's already part of the project. If those 6 decide not to tap in, then they're going to be told if they do down the road, it's going to be the $1,500 fee, you know, because we're not going to come back, you know, and do it for,
And the other thing, they do have to disconnect their wells from their
Yeah.
home plumbing. Now, if they want to leave the well outside for garden,
That's fine.
something, that's fine, but it has to be physically disconnected from
Is that all
inside
going
the
to take
house.
place? The village going to do all that?
Yes.
Make sure. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Just take one of those off the list.
okay. Yeah, but, okay, just so everybody's aware,
Yeah.
all right? Because again, we went through this with one property, on the others that we ended up giving a discount, we're
I
not
know.
going to do that.
No.
We're going to make sure it's known up front. Either you do it now while the contractor's here to do it, and it's part of the cost, or if it's not, then you're going to have to pay for it later. So, all right? Thank you.
No.
Anything else, Mr.
That's all,
Spence?
Mr. Mayor.
Dr. Ross?
No new business.
Ms. Dean Angel?
Yes, as discussed in the finance meeting, I'm requesting council to approve a motion to approve the audit adjustments.
Motion be in order.
So move.
Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dakenkop?
Yay.
Is that all? Is that all you have?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Mr. Merriman?
No new business, sir.
Mr. Mattern?
There's a Seven Ranges Fire District meeting next Wednesday at 7 PM. Unfortunately, the committee chair, Scott Campbell, can't make it, so the vice president is going to run it, Mr. Locker. So if you guys are out and about, want to see a nice little chuckle, see Bob run a committee meeting out there at 7 PM. And it's at 911 Center. It'll be a good time.
Thank you. Anything else? It'll be long. Anything else?
That's it. Thank you.
Mr. Dakenkop?
The only thing I have is August 29th, myself, along with 2 folks from Trinity Health and the director for a caring place, was the United Way Day of Action. we assembled and painted the shelter at Walnut Park. So I want to thank Walt for helping me organize that, Perry and Vern for getting us the supplies. If you had an opportunity to go down and check it out, it was a really nice day. Over 200 volunteers throughout the county did multiple projects. Next year, I would actually encourage everybody here to get involved, and perhaps we put our heads together for a better project. So that's all I have.
Thank you.
Mayor, I have one thing. I'd seen in my mailbox downstairs, I know they're going to be honoring the sheriff this weekend, and they send a thing for if any of the council members or administration would like to attend that. It's $40 a plate, so I know we usually do things like that, and
We have not. I can't be there. So.
well, I'm just saying, if anybody wanted to go, would the village pay for it?
We've never paid for it in the past.
Well, like when we go over to for the thing over at the, well, they never had it in the past, first of all.
Well, I'm just saying, we've never paid for council members or the
Remember we
mayor
used
to
to
go.
get
I paid
tables?
myself.
We used to get tables over there.
For a private thing, more likely.
I'm just saying, we've never done it.
That's private.
Did something.
Yeah, we've never done it.
All
I
the
mean,
public entities are doing it. I know they're paying for it.
I mean, if you want to go, I mean, again, I can't go, but if any public event, private event I've gone to, I've paid myself. So, I mean, I hear you, but it's not been the custom.
Well, remember
All right,
paid
we have no
for it
transfers,
over
correct?
fire.
No transfers.
Motion to pay the bills.
So,
Second.
Comments or questions? Yes, sir.
Before you close, I have one thing.
We've already,
faster, it's your turn up.
oh, wait. Roll call vote, please.
I'll make it quick.
Motion to
Just
go
one-
back.
Roll
to
call
the-
vote, go ahead.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Dr. Ross?
Yay.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Other than abstention on 41947, yay.
Mr. Dakenkolb?
Yay.
Okay, I know we're a little out of order, and I know council probably would not object to this, so we'll ask Mr. Lockhart to go ahead and speak for a minute. Go
Just to
ahead.
remind you, next Thursday, the 12th, they're having the subpoena representatives here, a subpoena program, and representatives of Rita will be here. There's been a lot of problems with regard to that law that was passed on filing delinquencies.
Yeah.
A lot of people are getting these letters owing $150 maximum fees.
Yeah.
Because they failed to file the return. Walt and I have discussed it. I'd like to do something with regard to notifying the people somehow. They must file a return. Just the fact that money goes in doesn't matter. Under that law, you don't file a return, you don't file. And those fees are high, and a lot of people are getting stuck with them. There are ways of handling it, but that's up to the administrator.
Again, I think our stance in the past has been, and again, it should be this way, that 150 goes to us, correct? If it's collected, who gets the $150?
Pardon me?
Who gets that 150? If I were to pay that because I didn't file, does that come to the village?
No.
Well, again, I've said in the past, I don't believe
that's- that's
those should be
state-
charged. I think they should be waived. I think everybody should be given a one-time opportunity to waive that fee. So they didn't know, then they should be able to waive it. I mean, we could figure something out. We call it,
If you want to discuss that, it's up to, people that have been honest, they've paid their fee, money's been taken out, and it's been sent in. My opinion, it should be waived. But that's up to the village if you want to, and the administrator.
we've always said that. Again, there should be no questions. We have no
Yeah, well, it's
issues
not up to
waiving
me.
that fee because it's really not a fee that should be collected, in my opinion, just because they didn't know, but I think it's a learning thing for them to do it in the future. So I'm okay with them getting the fee and causing and prompting the question to them. Say, well, listen, here's the law, here's what you need to do. We will write it off this one time, but in the future, you need to file.
You get people that are really delinquent all the time, but a good tax-paying individual shouldn't be stuck because they don't realize.
Well, I understand that. I agree with you, and I know people that have had people do their taxes that haven't filed that for them. I've had that too. So it's not, unfortunately, it's not just the taxpayer, it's the people even doing their taxes for some reason aren't aware, or even though they don't owe, they still should file that RETA tax. I don't know why people think that's a different, I mean, you may not owe state, you still gotta file, But my point's always been since we started this 3 years ago. I think this has been in effect 2 or 3 years, this $150.
2016.
Okay, so, yes, I have no issues with it being waived, and it should be
We don't
waived,
charge them for
you know, but,
Well, you
Yeah.
won't be sitting up early.
I was asked by a person tonight that
Because
think
people-
Rita would notify the
60%
people
of our
after
community
1
is
year or so many
seniors,
months, hey,
and they don't
you're gonna
do
get
that.
fined, you know, but they don't do it. The state doesn't do it. So it's just a matter, we're gonna.
well, the IRS doesn't do it either, okay? They wait so many years and they come after you. Again, it's the taxpayer's responsibility.
Yeah.
It's not the collector's responsibility. So, again, if they send them out, I'm okay with that, you know what I mean? But that way, you know what, they're gonna raise their hand and question it and say, listen, you need to file them, you know, we will write it off this one time.
Yep.
That's what I
I don't
think.
think so.
Okay.
Anything else?
I don't know.
Appreciate it. Thank you, thanks for everything, seriously. I'll try to come up and see what's happening at 12. Any other questions? Seeing none, motion to adjourn until September 19th at 7 PM.
So moved.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, thank you, meeting adjourned.